Welcome back to another episode of the Training Diaries here in Pozo and brought to you by Windsurfing.TV. If you haven't checked out the website, www.windsurfing.tv. Yeah, you got it anyway. We are here in Pozo. It's still windy. The waves have actually picked up. Surprising, it's been quite flat for a bit. We have had a few little peaks. I'm not saying there's any mast high rollers coming in, but we do have some swell at the moment, and actually next week is looking good. 14 days or 13, 14 days until the start of the PWA World Cup, and the pros are coming into town. They're trickling in slowly. It's been a slow build up, but with the forecast next week, the competition coming up, things are going to really hot up here in Pozo. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a brief idea of what's been happening in the last week. Like I said, it's not been that wavy. So we actually headed north. That's what you do when there's no waves here. You kind of go north a little bit, and then for some reason the waves just pop up, and we had a pretty nice session near the airport. It was just nice, you know, not super windy, 4.547. It was just nice to get some turns in. I pulled off a couple of nice 360s, and I thought I might have won the day with my one 360. I thought, yeah, that's the best one of the day. But then, you know who did it. Victor Fernández comes in and just pumps out the absolute peach of the day and supersedes me, puts me back in my position. But he was sailing good, got some really nice shackers off the lip, some real air ones, you know, loads of height coming down. We had a good day out there. Pons was up there, Mikkel was up there, I think Moritz was up there, Dieter who was filming. So yeah, we had a few boys up there, and it was a good fun session. But action's back here. That's where we're going to concentrate on action from Pozo, because that's where the World Cup is going to happen. So what's the news from Pozo? Well, the big news is Sarah Quita Offringer. She's got rid of the braids. She's back with the fro. Oh, yeah. I kind of like the fro. But we have a few people missing the hair. Anyway, that's big news. Footwear news. Well, you know, Crocs are all rage the last couple of years. They've kind of been picking up pace. Few sort of normal, random guys who are here just on holiday. Yeah, they're getting into the Crocs, and I even passed some dude on the beach the other day. Looked like he was walking his dog local, and he was supporting the pink Crocs too. I'm not sure if he just found them on the beach. Like I said to you, the reason we have pink Crocs is like when you come back to the beach, you can see where you put your shoes. Well, maybe he picked them up and stuck them on. I don't know. I didn't want to mess with him. He was a big lad. But Brazinho, he's breaking the trend. Yeah. He's donning the old Birkenstocks. Now, they're expensive footwear, but, you know, he's got to look after his feet. So, Brazinho, is he breaking away from the Crocs? We'll have to keep an eye on that. It's obviously massive news. But that's enough about footwear. Let's talk about windsurfing and here in Pozo. And let's talk about TT, Thomas Traversa. Now, we've never had him in the Diaries before. He's never rocked up early to an event. And that is what's so good about Thomas Traversa. That's why he won this Red Bull Storm Chase. He can just turn up to any beach on any given day with the forecast just as it is, put his stuff together and just go out and rip it. Rock, whatever, straight over the rock. He don't care. He just flipping just hits it, and that's what he's always done with Pozo. He's never come up early, but this year he's here early, so we've got to feature him in the Diaries. Of course we have. And you know, how does he do all these moves? Well, I tell you what, it's all down to yoga, but more about that in a minute. Let's talk about his moves. What's he been doing? Well, he's been nailing the back loops. He's been doing a lot of back loops, I won't lie. Some with one foot off, some just normal, but he's been doing a lot of back loops. He's been killing the doubles as well. He's been landing a few nice ones, but he's also been nailing a few. He's been let it go, let it go. He's been sessioning them doubles off just literally flat water. Coming in the other day, and he was coming out, and he must have gone off a bit of chop, just made it. So he's pushing the doubles hard this year. But where it all counts is on the waves, and he's got a new wave move. His backside sort of shaker, which he's always had the shaker, but he's never really seen him do much on the wave with that shaker. Well, this year, he has got it dialed. He said he's been practicing it, he's got a new technique, and it seems to be working mighty fine. He's doing some nice ones. I saw him do one nice one above the lip the other day. He came down straight on it, and it looked really good. And he's got all the little ones as well, just spinning around. So that just adds to his wave rides, and his wave rides are looking good. You know, like a small little swell come through when he was here, and his board looks like it's working really well, just like got lots of flow. Looks really nice. But he's also good to watch because he just does what he wants. You know, coming out the other day, just lays it down, 360, right round the houses, comes in, you know, switch stands, pulls off a little air, and it's just fun. He comes in, you know, like a shove-it spark or one-handed sort of airish spark, just quick glance round, see if everyone's looking. Oh yeah, it's just pretty funny. Looks like he's enjoying himself. Willy skippers out the back. Lazy Susan, I kind of missed the one he made, but he made a proper full 360 Willy skipper, Lazy Susan. So Thomas Traversa is doing good. He had a couple of moments as well, and I think I should point out this one moment because guys at home maybe should learn from this, because I've seen guys not doing it. But let's just see this. So he bodges up the turn, no problem. Yeah, that happens in Pozo when you get wind from different ways. But look what he does afterwards. His kit's away from him. He body surfs in. Now, anyone at home, if you're sailing in waves, when you're coming in and there's a wave behind you, don't duck under it. I've seen a lot of guys do that. Body surf it. You can catch your gear up super quick, get to it quicker, less time swimming around, less energy. Just use that wave's power. So that's a top tip. Body surf. Even when it's small like that, you can see how quickly he gets to his gear. Also, we saw him, I just nearly forgot, he just nearly landed on a rock. I mean, full 360, he's messing around in super shallow water. So 360, nearly makes it, he's on. You watch when he comes off the end of that. Look at that rock in the water right next to him. So Pozo at low tide, you've got to be careful. So, I'm going to go back to the yoga. Why is Thomas Traversa doing all this? Why is he so good? It's because he does windsurfing yoga. Check this out for a yoga move. I'm not sure what they would call it. Taka something, I don't know. Sitting bull taka. That is some super stretch going on there. I dare anybody to try that maneuver at home. That is one weird yoga position. So that is yoga with Thomas Traversa. So going from Thomas Traversa to another Frenchman, and we had an interview with the other week. If you haven't seen that interview, I'll put a link at the end of the video or in down below, basically. But it is obviously Julian Tabia. He's back on scene. He came here to do a bit of early training, but he didn't really get the conditions, because when he was here, it was kind of flat. He was just motoring around, trying to look for a ramp, and it just wasn't happening. He did a lot of slalom testing, I think, since he was here. You know, little back loops and stuff, but just not really the waves. He got one little wavy day when he was here, and you could see he still got the wave moves, just like nice flowing sort of shove-its into a good, you know, front side hack. So I think Julian Tabia's definitely still got it. Although he's bored, it's looking a bit banana-ish, and I think he did say he's going to bring a production board next time, because this one's more a Maui Hawaii board, and it's just pushing a lot of water. So I think when we see him next time, he's going to be on a more flat rockered board, just to give him some of those speed through the flat sections. But it was interesting watching him, and I think he came up with a new move, because I've seen it happen. Actually, I think someone's even been copying him, but he basically goes up for a shove, it doesn't quite get it right, leans over, and then just goes almost straight into like a lay down, you know, bottom turn. I reckon it could be the new move. Watch, he's catching on. Who's this fella? I can't remember. I just remember seeing it on camera, someone else do it. I thought, this could catch on. So Julian Tabia, like I say, didn't quite get the conditions when he was here, but definitely one to watch, and he's going to be nipping back and forward from France. See the kids, see the family, come back, do some training, and do that. I think we're definitely going to see him next week, because forecast looks good. Okay, moving on. We didn't have it last week, but it's come back this week, and it obviously is
Doppstadt Shredder of the Week.
Yes, you guessed it. It's Shredder of the Week. Yes, that was my voice doing that. I don't know. But yeah, there was two guys going for this title. Now, I'm going to start off with one guy, Adam Lewis. Obviously fighting for the British. I wanted him to win it, but just didn't quite have enough to beat the second man. And more on the second man in a minute. First, we're going to talk about Lewis, and he was sailing good this week. He looks in a good place this year. I have high hopes for him. If I was a betting man, maybe a couple of quid on him to do well this year. But he's got some big backies. He's obviously famous for his big backies. He always launches into orbit. He started taking a foot out now as well. It's not full extended, but he's just getting confidence with the big ones, and he was going pretty big. Obviously, his doubles had a few ropey ones. There was a few ropey ones which he's been working on, but he was getting some nice ones as well and getting some clean ones. I didn't get all of them on camera, so I apologise for that, but he was definitely looking good. 360s though, I mean, he has been pinging out the 360s, just one after another. He's got that Pozo style down where you just rack in the sail backhand, get it back in the wave, and he's looking pretty solid on those 360s. Also, he's playing in forwards. You know, when you're working up to the doubles, that's what you work on. You're playing in forwards, and he had some really nice, powerful, kind of quite high playing in forwards, loads of power in them, and he was looking good. So, like I said, he was nearly Shredder of the week, but it is Alessio Stilrich, his teammate, who is going to take the
Doppstadt Shredder of the week.
Yeah, Shredder of the week for Alessio Stilrich. And he is looking, I say Lewis is looking good this year. Alessio looks in a very good place. You can see his brain's in a different place. He's sailing nearly every day. He looks super keen, and it is paying off because he has all the moves. We've always sort of said, has he got that double? Has he got that consistency? And he has been bashing out some nice doubles this week. Some also not so nice ones, but they were his early ones. The last couple of days I've seen him just nailing, really sweet. He's got great rotation. So I think his double is looking solid. He's always had that push tweak, that push tabletop, that super nice or stylish one. But I tell you what, he's almost stepped it up. He's landed it just so stomping the landing, full planing, nice and high, nice and tweaked, just super stylish, just looking so tasty, man. He's got obviously the decent planing forward because he's got the double, so you're obviously going to have a decent planing forward. He's got 1 foot, 1 hand back loops and all this. And then the wave moves. You're thinking, okay, he's got the jumps. What's he doing on the wave? Mate, he has got like one-handed goiters looking absolutely sweet and sorted. He's got 360s, which is just banging out, just even on the rubbish waves on the inside when it's about 2 inches of water, and he's just off nothing. He's just looking very, very solid. And again, I'm tipping him for the top, I think, at this comp. He just looks really good at the moment. And I have to say, apparently he's been landing shifties back in the wave. Yes, shifties back in the wave. He's like, yeah, they were a bit wet. I'm like, but they're back in the wave. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Brasinho, I've seen him land some shifties. Every time I film him, he stacks it hard. I mean, Brasinho has had some hard landings, like full in the face. But apparently Alessio has been landing some. Although Alessio did get a nasty crash from a shifty the other day. Came up. I haven't got it on film. He rotated round, and as he rotated, he ejected, and the kit went behind him, landed fins up, and he came down back onto the board, missed the fins by this much. If he'd have landed on them fins, good night Alessio. He was a bit shook up after that. So I think I've got the aftermath of him lying in the water, but I didn't get the move. Pretty crazy stuff. So there we go. There's a lot of information going in, isn't there? It's like, I'm sorry, I'm talking. I've just got a list as long as this big piece of wood here. Japanese update. Let's give you a Japanese update. So I've done some investigation work, and basically, there's a full crew of Japanese boys here, and they're getting more and more by the day. So we've got the 13-year-old, which is the 13-year-old Takakuma, and then we've got Takara, who's the 15-year-old, who is Japanese Muso. We've nicknamed Takuma Japanese Lenny, just because he's on Nash. It's quite hard names to remember, but they're all called Taka, so maybe there's something in that. You know, they're going to be busting those out. And then we've got Ushi, who's 20. He's a Japanese skyboy. And then we've got Dakai, who's just turned up, who is literally an Instagram legend. He's got 200,000 followers, this fella. He's on he's on Gastra Taboo, and he's only just turned up, so I haven't got much footage of him. Long hair, you've probably seen him, but you can check him out on Instagram. Killer. He's like some TV star over in Japan. He's been on a few programs. He's going back for a TV interview. So anyway, there's going to be more on the Japanese crew and how they're getting on, but really interesting to see the young guys coming over and pushing the limits, because they've got some skills, that's for sure. So I reckon that pretty much sums it up. I've got a few more things, but we are just ticking over time at the moment. This is going to be long. I don't know if any of you are still with me. But I have to say thank you for the guys who donated some beer money. It is thirsty work. As you can see, I don't stop talking. Maybe a few of you are wishing I would, which is why you've not bought me any beers. That's fine, whatever. But I do appreciate the boys who have. I didn't even ask, and you put some in. So League of Legends is up there now. Super appreciated. Richard at the top. Legend, mate. I'm going to bow down to you. That is brilliant, and I'm very surprised actually. But thank you very much. Let's hope you're all still enjoying the diaries. You can check out other videos I've done. I did how to jibe like a rock star. Now, I've been getting a bit of stick for how to jibe like a rock star, but now I think you should all watch the video again and tell me, you really think I'm going to jibe into a rock? I'm just going to leave you with that. I will put an explanation up soon, but do you really think we're just going to sell straight into a rock? Because I'm getting some grief. There's a few comments going down, like, what are you doing, you crazy man? You're ruining boards. Oh, and really, like they've given me thumbs down and everything. So give us a thumbs up. When you watch that video again, you might realise there might not be the full story in that video. But like I said, stay tuned to the diaries. Action is coming. The forecast, I always say it, but the forecast for next week is waves every day. People are turning up. I heard Anton Martin's on his way, the crazy fool. And we've got much, much more. I think I've forgotten everything else I was going to say. But thanks for watching Windsurfing.TV. Get on the website. The website is live now. Give us some feedback. Do what you got to do. Leave some comments. It's all appreciated. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Make sure that you're watching Windsurfing.TV. I'm watching it. A lot of people are watching it, so keep watching it yourself. Whoa.